America did the right thing by voting Biden and getting that fucking child out of the fucking White House. So, my last couple of videos, I'm asking motherfuckers to provide me some hard evidence of widespread, wide-scale election fraud, enough to steal an election. But instead, I'm getting a bunch of fucking idiots going into the comments and telling me, trust me, it's out there. It is out there. You're gonna go into my video where I'm asking specifically, link me some fucking evidence in the comments, and you're gonna go in there and you're gonna say, it's out there. It's everywhere. And of course, as you would expect, some people would said, well, if you can't find it, it's because you're dumb. Why do you want us to look for it? You look for it for yourself. Okay, that's because when I go and look for it, I can't find it. You know why? Because it's not there. It ain't there. Okay, so that's fine. Go ahead and call me dumb. Go ahead and say that I can't do some research and find it. Fine. So then fucking either find it for me or keep the fucking moving. Alright? Shut the fuck up. Don't go into my comments and ask me to look for it when I'm asking you to look for it. Okay? Give it to me or shut the fuck up. Anyways, this is rich because, of course, there ain't no fucking widespread. Are there in a country of millions of people who voted? Are there instances of voter fraud here and there? You know, a dozen, one, two, one per state, two per state, even three. You know what? Even which there's no evidence of. Okay, but let's say there was 100 per state. Is that enough to steal an election? Really? Is that enough? Okay, check this out. Just very recently, there was this press conference given by Republican Party Chair Ronna McDaniel, and she was trying to say that there was all this voter fraud going out, right? She was giving us a series of allegations that are supposedly out there, and then when one of the reporters presses her on it, she does exactly what we all know is really the fucking deal, right? In her head, she's thinking, fuck, they ain't shit. This ain't gonna do shit. And so she slips, right? Because she responds to that as, no, at the end of the day, it's not gonna be enough. And you could tell she fucked up there and she immediately tried to fucking walk it back and correct it. And actually, she just sort of like tried to do damage control. She actually didn't correct it because she knows that it's just not enough. Whatever the fuck they find is nowhere near enough what fucking Donald Trump is hoping for, this fucking Joffrey ass Baratheon, okay? Nothing near. So and then she tries to fucking, play it off like she didn't say that, hoping that when she goes back to Daddy fucking Trump, that Trump doesn't fucking scold her for saying, why the fuck you saying it's not enough? Why the fuck are you admitting it's not enough? So watch it. I'm gonna play the video for you guys and let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Alright guys, watch the video and then peace out. Hit a like or dislike. I don't give a fuck, alright? For those of you haters. And then of course you like the channel, subscribe.
This recent lawsuit. One, we do have a whistleblower, which I discussed earlier this week, who was in Detroit as an election worker, not as a Republican poll watcher, who under affidavit says that they were told to backdate ballots, that their supervisor came and they were there on November 4th. Ballots that came in with no date, they were told by the supervisor, backdate the ballots to November 2nd or November 3rd so they will count. So that has been submitted to the U.S. Attorney in the Eastern District of Michigan. That is via affidavit. If you look at the recent lawsuit, and Mike Reed can get you the information on this lawsuit, let me just share. An election employee with the city of Detroit working at a polling location for 3 weeks prior to the election. This city of Detroit employee directly observed on a daily basis other city of Detroit election workers and employees coaching voters to vote for Joe Biden and the Democrat Party. This employee witnessed these workers and employees encouraging voters to do straight Democrat ballot and witnessed these election workers and employees going over to the voting booths with voters in order to watch them vote and coach them who to vote for. During the last 2 weeks, while this same employee was working at the polling location, she was specifically instructed by her supervisors never to ask for a driver's license or any photo ID when a person was trying to vote. And as absentee ballots that existed all absentee ballots that existed were required to be input into the QVF system by 9 p.m. on November 3rd, 2020. This was required to be done in order to have a final list of absentee voters who returned their ballots prior to 8 p.m. on November 3rd, 2020. In order to have enough time to process the absentee ballots, all polling locations were instructed to collect the absentee ballots from the drop box once every hour on November 3rd. On November 4th, 2020, a City of Detroit election worker was instructed to improperly predate the absentee ballots received date that were not in the QVF. She was told to alter the information in the QVF to falsely show that the absentee ballots had been received in time to be valid. The election employee also observed a large number of people who came into the satellite location to vote in person, but they had already applied for an absentee ballot. These people were allowed to vote in person and were not required to return the mailed absentee ballot or sign an affidavit that the voter lost the mailed ballot. Listen, here's the thing. Why aren't you worried about these irregularities? But no, this is a separate question. But it's a separate question, which is, if you are finding these irregularities, if you have an election worker being told to backdate ballots, that's a problem. We're going to pursue all of this. Is it going to be enough? No, it's going to take time. Is it going to be enough? We don't know. Is it going to take time? Yes, it's going to take time. But what we are seeing is deeply alarming. Along with the software situation we had in Antrim County, which we need to get to the bottom of as well. Now we have a whistleblower, and now we have 131 affidavits talking about irregularities and problems that were happening in Detroit.